Stars shining bright above me. Dream a little dream of me.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. I like that high note. How are you, Scotty? What's going on?
I'm good, babe. You know, I'm in that classical song mood today as everybody starts to
So you're the
join
American
us.
Songbook. Is
I
that where
got
you
Sook.
are?
I got the Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, make him the cute. Unfortunately, whenever I hear Mr. Sandman,
What
it
do you
now
think of?
reminds me of the movie Halloween.
Oh, I
Because
didn't
I
know.
think at
Why?
the end of the first or second one, Jamie Lee Curtis, I think it's the second one because it's
Okay.
with the hospital. Jamie Lee Curtis is sitting in the ambulance. She's all messed up from fighting with Michael Myers the whole
Right.
time. And then she's in the ambulance sitting in the back, and you hear
And
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
okay, I could never, ever
Make
listen to
him
that.
the cutest that I've ever seen. Hold on, let me just hit Philly. Let me tell Philly we're on.
Excellent,
And
excellent.
we'll start the show.
So what's going on with you? What's going on in life? How is everybody doing? Yes, we are just a scotch early, a scotch
Yeah,
early.
just a little early, but it's cool. It's cool. Our first guest, Molly Ryan, is going to be on in a second. She is a jazz vocalist extraordinaire. Sook, I'm so excited.
She's with her husband who's accompanying her with the clarinet.
She's got the guitar, and she's got new music out. We're going to talk about that. Jim Meskimen is coming up later on. He is an impressionist extraordinaire. Also, by the way, son of Marion Ross, Mrs. C from Happy Days.
Mrs. C from Happy Days?
Yep. So Jim's coming on. He has got some insane. He's got a viral TikTok, Sue. Got over like 7 million views on it.
I'm sure.
And I mean, he's in all kinds of movies and TV shows. He's got 72 voices that he does.
Oy.
And it's insane.
So we don't know which Jim we're gonna get today, right?
Well, we're gonna get the Jim, but I'm gonna make sure he hits us with every single voice that he does. But anyway, listen. So Molly's in the green room with her husband. She's sipping on a little brunch champagne that we have in there. And you ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it, Scotty.
All right, babe. Here we go. In a 3, 2, and a 1.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott, the 7 of Hearts. Exactly.
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor!
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl! Wonderful!
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light, it gets in there and it just fights the kung flu, is that right? Okay.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
That's the best intro for a show I maybe have ever seen.
Really?
Your intro is fantastic.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Suki, make him the cutest that I've ever seen. I could watch Eric Roberts say that on a loop all day.
You know, that was a great interview. You know what? Oh, Maron, I don't know where he's going today.
He knows exactly when the show comes on, Suki. He knows exactly.
He was quiet the whole time, and now he's yipping away. Sorry, everybody. Leo, my dog.
It's all right. We love Leo. You kidding me?
Anyway.
Yeah, so Eric Roberts.
Judy Clay wants Oba back.
Oba Babatunde.
Yes,
the man who had a sex scene with Halle Berry. Remember when I said, Oba, what's it like to have a sex scene with Halle Berry? He says, people need to come up to me and say, come up to her and go, what's it like to have a sex scene with Oba Babatunde? He was great. What a great guy. Well, listen, Sook, we got some things to talk about, but I want to get to our first guest today. Molly Ryan is a jazz vocalist, and she is she's from New York, moved to New York from California, and she's just taken the city by storm. Also, rhythm guitarist, and she's got new music out. I want to show you a little bit of Molly, and then we'll bring her in on the other side. We're going to take back a few years, and then we're going to talk about some of her new stuff on the other side. Her husband's with her, playing the clarinet. And they're going to be putting on a little concert for us today, Suk. You ready to roll?
Always ready for music.
Here she is.
Beyond the blue horizon waits a beautiful day. Goodbye to things that bore me. Joy is waiting for me. I see a new horizon. My life is only begun. Beyond the blue horizon lies a rising sun.
Love it, Molly.
Molly, that's got Mrs. Maisel written all over it, that song.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, that was a few years ago. That was pre-COVID.
When people were happy, they were singing.
I know. We were trying to make a little Broadway musical. Having our little colors and dancing.
In Lower Manhattan, yeah, why not?
It was a fun time. That was fun.
Really, man, it takes you back a few decades. And speaking of Mrs. Maisel, you were in the show, right? You were in one of the episodes.
Yeah, I got to be a part of when she went to Vegas. So
Yes.
when she first goes into that casino room, I'm back in the background singing on the stage that classic tune Volare.
I remember that. That was you.
That was me.
That's so funny. I remember because I remember when it came on. My wife and I used to watch it. I was like, Volare.
I think you did a little inside joke there because then you'd go back into the casino later, and there was another guy singing, and he was also singing Volare.
Volare.
Running, only know one tune.
I love it. That's so funny. Well, good for you. Congratulations on everything that's going on, and I know you've had some music in Boardwalk Empire as well.
Great show, another great show.
Yeah, and just let's you came over. I was saying to Suki from California, like right around 2003. And when did you growing up, when did you know, jazz is my thing? This is what I want to do.
It's just the music that I listened to growing up because they had the Sacramento Jazz Jubilee at the time.
Wow.
And just once a year. And my dad volunteered as a sound engineer, and he used to take me, and I got really into that music. And he was also, he was born in the 40s, so we kind of listened to older music. And he was a friend of Bob Ringwald, father of Molly Ringwald. He was
I was going to say, is that Molly Ringwald's dad?
Yeah. So Bob actually took me under his wing, and we would go up to his house, and he would teach me songs. He would play on the piano, and I would sing, and it just started there. And then when I decided that I wanted to move here, I put some audition tapes together. He helped me with that, and one thing at a time, and here I am. I don't know. It just kind of, it's my life.
No. But what is it about American? Yeah, but what is it about the American Songbook, that nostalgia, that period of music in America that just strikes a chord with so many of us? What is it?
I think all you have to do is look at little children and how they react to it to know that it's timeless.
Yeah.
When little children get that little look in their eye and they're so happy and they're just dancing to it, always. They're always so happy to hear it. They stop on the street, and anytime we're playing on the street, it's the children who want to stop and they, mommy, I just want to dance. No, that it's timeless music. It was meant for everybody. The dancers love it, but it's not just for dancers. It speaks to people's hearts, and there's a lot of messages in it. So and
hopefulness, yes,
yeah. I like telling stories. I consider myself a storyteller. I like to find the message, and even if it doesn't relate to me personally, I think I can find the empath. I can feel the empathy, and I can share the story that the songwriter meant to share.
Beautiful.
I love it. Now you've got this is your 5th solo album that you have out, right? And the name of the "Sweeping the Blues Away."
Yeah.
When did this come out? And I assume it's available on all your platforms.
Yeah.
Apple.
It actually comes out. It's not out yet. It's coming out 11/11/111. too. So
Wow. Okay.
Veterans Day, it'll be out on all the platforms, but you can buy it from Turtle Bay Records on their Bandcamp site, and it's coming out on CD and LP. And it's actually the first vinyl I'm doing. I who knew vinyl was going to make such a big comeback.
I know.
Who knew when we were all burning vinyl? Now all your vinyls could have been millions of dollars. Who the heck knew?
I'm excited.
Yeah, and I would think, those songs, especially the songs you do, it would sound pretty cool with that little crackling of the vinyl behind it. It would really sound authentic, right?
Spent years trying to figure out how to take away.
Take it away, right?
Now we're putting it back in.
Everybody loves the crackle. I love it.
I love the crackle, snap, crackle, pop. Yes. I don't know.
I guess it's been like 40 years since the CD was introduced, right? 84, 85, 80s, early 80s. I remember going to J&R Music World in the Village
yeah, right.
and buying no joke about this, but I think it was out like 2 years prior, but 84, go with my brother and buying a John Cougar Mellencamp CD.
Yeah.
Why not?
And by the way, he hates that his name was John Cougar. By the way,
really? Did he say that? Why
hates it? I heard him on an interview, but he's just so upset with himself that he had John Cougar Mellencamp instead of just John Mellencamp. First it was John Cougar, then John Cougar Mellencamp, right? But it's so good. Molly, so I know, in New York, you've been at like, what was it, Birdland and the Rainbow Room, and you've been at all like, the nostalgic famous places.
Yeah.
And those clubs still, they fill up to come see you guys, right?
Clubs, yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes, but I think right now the clubs are full because everybody's just ready to get back in there and have time together and experience live entertainment again and just be together and be happy and have that moment, because you don't know when it's going to be taken away from you, and you don't know how long you get to enjoy it. So everybody just wants to go out and have fun. So we're out, and we're not only performing, but we're out and just experiencing it and
love it.
What was the inspiration for your new album in terms of the blues, in terms of how you songs selected, what you wanted to come across to the listener?
It's a real collaboration. I had a list of things that I wanted to do, and then Scott Azen, who owns Turtle Bay, he has a list of his favorites, and we kind of just, went through the list and whittled down until we were both happy with what we picked and wanted to find that right mix of beautiful songs. And I'm really happy with it. I think this album sounds great, and you can't do better than, you said my husband, but he's Dan Levinson. He's been on the scene much longer than me. He's world-renowned clarinet saxophone player. He's just amazing. So he's on the album. Rossano Sportiello playing piano. He's in Europe right now. I'm waiting for him to get back before we have a CD release party. Kevin Dorn on drums, Rob Atkins on bass. Pulling these people in.
Yeah.
I've never had Rob on one of my albums, and yet Rob and I on bass, he and I performed together all the time.
Wow.
For years. And so it was just a special to come out of the pandemic and say, Rob, let's make an album together. Let's actually go in the studio and put something down, because this is going to last longer than us.
Absolutely.
So it means something.
I love it. Speaking of getting out there and singing, I pulled down a little bit of list. Let's hear a little bit.
Where shall I go when I go where I go, since you have sent me away? And what shall I do when I do what I do, when you just haunt me all day? Oh, tell me, where can I find what I found when I first met you? You were unkind, but I simply can't forget you. Where shall I go when I go where I go?
Beautiful.
You got to just snap your hands when those songs are going.
That's Bria Skonberg there with me. We filmed at WBGO. Well, we co-run the New York Hot Jazz Camp for adults here in the Village, It's a mission of ours to continue teaching and spreading education about traditional jazz music.
Wow.
So that's something that we do every spring for 1 week. We tell people from all over the world, come to New York City and have the New York City experience, learn about traditional jazz, and then in the evening you can jam, you can go see a Broadway show, you
Beautiful.
just get the whole New York atmosphere, and then go back to your homes and start your own bands and just continue spreading the love and spreading the education there where you're from.
This had to be a pretty cool moment for you, hanging out with Liza Minnelli.
Where did you get that picture?
A lot of deep diving, Molly. Deep diving.
I don't know how you found stuff. I don't know. I mean, I was disabled on Facebook recently, so I can't even get access to these photos. Hashtag Facebook disabled me. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
That was she. I sang, and then she ran up and she said, "You were marvelous," and I was like, "Ah."
Yeah.
What?
So did you know she was in the audience?
Yeah, I did actually. I did know she was there that night. It was cast party, so she's a friend of Jim Caruso, so she ends up in there quite a bit. So I did know she was there. I didn't know she was going to come up and talk to me, and I wish I had a voice recorder. Just could you say that one more time?
Right. Well, is there anybody that you, when you were growing up, that you looked up to, that you were like, wow, if I, this is my idol, this is my person?
I mean, I had a lot of people in the area that were alive, but most of the people that I looked up to were no longer alive, and I think just a product of being a millennial is and being into this kind of music is that I was a little too late.
Yeah.
And the people that I really would have wanted to meet, Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly and those people were no longer alive. But it's okay. I mean, I like listening to the original recordings, and I like listening to
old stories about them, right?
Yeah, and the singers, and I like to read the books that are written about them. So it's okay. I've got plenty of mentors now, and I have Dan, who's basically knows so much more than I do, and I go to him for everything. So it's
well,
nice. Just someone who knows so much.
That seat next to you has been vacant long enough, I believe.
I know.
Bring in Dan right now.
It is time. I think it is time.
Dan, come on in, Dan.
I mean, do you want us to play?
Let's talk to Dan too. Why not?
Talk to Dan for a second. You guys can play a little bit. What's going on, Danny Kid?
Hello there.
He is.
That's not.
Suki, Dan has this super deep, like radio disc jockey voice.
I know. I can hear it. Hear it.
What I have is laryngitis.
Oh, all right, Suki, he's got laryngitis.
But it sounds great, Dan. Keep up with it. Keep up with it.
Well, Dan, listen, if you got, we will make you talk. Then, you guys want to do 1 or 2 songs that you like?
Voice. Radio voice.
We do have a couple songs. I mean, we can play something for you if you like, or we can just chit chat all morning.
Can you give us Led Zeppelin's "Stairway to Heaven"? I'd love to hear that.
Don't do that. We don't do Freebird, but never mind. Apparently we do.
That's pretty damn.
I'm gonna step out.
Woo, Dan!
There's a lady who's sure. No, you guys pick it, and anything you do will sound fantastic, I'm sure.
Well, how about something from the new album?
Perfect.
I learned this tune from speaking of heroes, Bing Crosby. And this was something that made me happy during the pandemic, so I wanted to put it on the album. There were a lot of tunes that I found brought comfort during the pandemic, but this was definitely one of them. And this is called "Let a Smile Be Your Umbrella."
Nice. All right, light it up.
Last date.
Oh.
And the whole chorus.
No.
Last date.
Yeah, last date. Okay. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2. umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. Just let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. And when your sweetie cries, just tell her that a smile will always pay. Whenever skies are gray, don't worry or fret. A smile will bring the sunshine and you'll never get wet. So let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. On a rainy, rainy day.
Woo!
Nice.
I mean, I enjoyed that. That's beautiful. More! I want more!
I'm on the other side. Let a
I know,
smile be your umbrella.
You're right,
love
Molly.
that.
This music there's something about your soul. It just kind of ignites in this music. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Do we
Your
have another
voice is beautiful.
guy?
Oh.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, who is this young lady? Who is it?
Avon, A-V-E-N. Avon.
Avon, how are you?
Hi, Avon. What's happening? Is that Halloween candy left over from Halloween?
Most likely.
Yeah, she's out. She's like, oh, she
That's
said,
it?
hold on one second.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, she's going to share the whole bucket with you.
Nice. Is there any fun,
Nice.
Maven? Is there fun dip in there?
Avon.
I was working the fun dip the other day.
I think I heard a puppy. I think she has a dog.
I have
She's
a
got
puppy.
a puppy now too.
I got a cat.
Oh.
Nice, Maven. You just ruined our relationship, Maven. I'm allergic to cats. You just ruined it.
Uh-oh.
Avon
Avon the Maven.
It's Avon, right?
Oh,
Not
Avon.
Nathan.
Avon. I'm sorry. Avon. Avon, how old are you? 5 this month. 6?
You can't see your hand.
Yeah, they can't see
6. Okay.
All
Avon, do you sing too or no? Do you like
Can you
to
sing
sing?
a song for us?
Avon, what's your favorite song?
Raining Tacos, and if you type Owl City, the first one.
It's raining tacos.
I love that song.
That's raining tacos. Oh, I have a 9-year-old. I know that song very
Avon,
well,
can
Avon.
you sing it a little bit?
From out of the sky.
It's rain. Go ahead. Keep going.
Well, you got a lollipop in your mouth, so it's hard to
It's
sing.
raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos. I wonder what. I don't know.
Just open your mouth and close your eyes.
That's-
Raining tacos.
La 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 la. Yeah, like that, right? No, every time I sing, she tells me to stop. So
That's not even it. It's raining tacos from out of the street. Tacos.
all you can eat. I don't know. My favorite part is like the stop time. It's like lettuce, cheese,
cheese,
cheese, cheese, cheese, cheese, cheese.
And then she got.
Pray a drop of golden sun.
Me. And then I call myself far along my way to run.
So I need a rolling thread.
Wait. No, a follow.
Yeah.
Note to follow so.
No note to follow so. That's right. No.
Tea. I drink with jam.
I always forget a note to follow so.
Oh, well, that's okay. We'll get it eventually.
Little Sound of Music for you here
Good
on
job,
the Suki and
Avon.
Scott
I
show.
love this.
Oh, yeah, no. That's,
We love you, Avon.
everybody does.
That's so great.
wants to get into the act.
Well, listen, I know you guys only have like another 5-6 minutes with us.
we get another
Because I know
song?
you got to get to an airport run. You want to do one more?
I have to fly to Arizona.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think we got time for one more.
You got time for one more?
Very nice. Now you got her going. Now she won't stop.
That's great. I love it.
Headphones.
So good. What a great little girl. All right, so okay, you guys, what's the next one you guys want to do?
Let's see. All right, this one I heard Maxine Sullivan do. I don't know if you're a fan, but if you aren't, please go look her up and listen to her, because some of her stuff is really touching. She just has this way of singing just melodically and pristine, and it just comes off like perfectly. So this is called Get Yourself a New Broom, and this is kind of how we came up with the title of the album, Sweeping the Blues Away. So
Get yourself a new broom and sweep the blues away.
yeah, that's the rest of the title is and Sweep the Blues Away. So
Written
this
by
is
Harold Arlen, composer of American popular song.
right, Harold Arlen.
There you go. Get yourself a new broom right there.
New Broom. So we'll do the verse to this too. Yeah. You gonna play?
You're singing and playing, right?
You're not gonna play?
I'll join you on the chorus.
Will you? Okay. Sounds good. All right. Clouds have all departed, get lighthearted. Spring has started to break through. Things are looking brighter, burdens lighter. Skies have quite a rosy hue. It's up to you now. Here's the thing to do now. Take your last red penny. Borrow some if you haven't any. Buy yourself a new broom and sweep the blues away. Spend $50. If you don't, you're a horse's collar. Tidy up that blue room and keep the blues away. Unless I miss my guess, happiness doesn't hide around the corners. Get wise, use your eyes. Maybe you'll find a pleasant surprise. Change that hard luck story. Everything will be hunky-dory. Get yourself a new broom and sweep the blues away. Take your last red penny. Borrow some if you haven't any. Buy yourself a new broom and sweep the blues away. Spend $50. If you don't, you're a horse's collar. Tidy up that blue room and keep those blues away. Unless I miss my guess, happiness doesn't hide around the corners. Get wise, use your eyes. Maybe you'll find a pleasant surprise. Change that hard luck story. Everything will be hunky-dory. Get yourself a new broom and sweep the blues away.
Very nice. You know, one of our viewers said reminds them of Doris Day. The charisma and energy of Doris Day, and I could see that. I could see that. That was great. Excellent song. You guys are fantastic, really.
Oh, thank you. So are you. I love your energy. I just how happy you are, and
thank you. It's all Molly. It's an act.
It's all Avon. It's all Avon's energy. We're pulling on her right now. That 6-year-old energy.
We're miserable on the inside, kind of clowns. So here's the actual album. It's Sweeping the Blues Away, and it's available, wherever music is sold. And let me just put up the. This is your site right here. Everything can be found here as well.
I texted my web designer last night because I was like, I really need to update my website. And she texted me back. And because I'm not on Facebook because I've been disabled, I didn't know. Text me back and she says, sounds like you really need an update, but I'm in labor right now. I was like, oh my God.
So
yeah, right. And sounds like she was getting an update.
I was like, well, why are you texting me? Go have your baby. Like, I'm sorry.
What's the point?
It's so great, guys. Listen, thank you so much, and I want to get you out so you can catch that flight. And just listen, Molly, continued success, both of you guys, and Avon. You know, she's going to grow up to do exactly what you're doing. I think.
Sweetheart.
No.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
Lawyer.
Yeah, lawyer, right? But listen, keep doing what you're doing. Hi, Avon. Bye, Avon.
Well, thank you so much, Scott. Thank you, Suki.
No, you're the best, Molly. Congratulations on your music.
Molly,
it's just
absolutely
really
great.
Beautiful, contagious, melodic. I mean, you are just super talented. Thank you so much, Dan and Avon.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Safe flight. Bye-bye. And her album releases on 11/11, of course, on all streaming platforms. Everybody, check it out. Check it out.
Great. Wow. So cute. Hold on, Sue. And I'll tell you what, the music really brings you back, right?
But it makes you happy. The music makes you happy.
Right. And you know what's funny in that genre? There's no
like the music.
There's no depressing songs in that.
That's
genre,
what I was saying.
right?
It's not like the music today, where sometimes, I mean, not to say anything like, but there are some depressing songs out there. You're like, oh, this is really sad and dark. Like a 16-year-old is singing it, and you're like,
oh, forget it. Some of these songs, you just cry. I've loved you for 1,000 years.
That song makes me cry.
For 1,000 more.
That's a beautiful song, though.
The way I'm singing it, or just the song?
No, just the song, not you.
What are you trying to say, Sue?
Just saying.
That's so funny. Well, listen, Jim Meskimen's going to be coming up in just a little bit, waiting for Jim to pop on. Suki, there's our billboard still flying high in Times Square.
Just
Suki
shows you
and
what
Scott
hard
show.
work and like all our beautiful people that are just, kind of
listen,
just,
If our beautiful viewers can just share the show, we need you guys to get more viewers, and obviously we're on all these different platforms, Sook.
You know what? My friends have seen us all around the country, actually. They're like, yeah, I saw you on TV the other day. I was like, oh, it's Suki and Scott.
Yeah, you know what's funny,
It's very
Sook?
cool.
The other day, I Googled the Suki and Scott show to see what comes up. And, not only does our website, but we are on from some of these streaming platforms we're on. They're connected.
Amazing.
They're connected to like 9 other streaming platforms that I didn't even know about.
Wow.
And that we're on. And
so maybe we need to expand our graphic a little bit more.
I don't know. Half of these people, but it's great, dude. We're doing fantastic. We've been doing this for a long time. Jim Meskimen's coming up. I think the first time he came on with us, Suki, I don't think you were here. I think it was Phil and myself.
I was probably doing my 90 Day Fiance or something for TLC.
You were
my
doing
Big Fat Fabulous for Life reunion show. I don't know.
You were.
By the way, I'm also once again hosting the TLC reunion show for Sister Wives.
When is that coming on?
I'll tell you, and I'll get the teasers so we can tease it a little bit.
Okay,
too.
That's the one you went to shoot like last month.
Just recently, yeah. When Phil stepped in for us. Thank you, Phil.
So last time Jim was on, Phil was here, so I'm glad he's on again because he's, Jim's just he's killing it. He's got all kinds of things going on. I've been watching some of his videos, Sook, and he just,
impressions are crazy.
Oh
right?
my God, his impressions are insane. His acting is phenomenal. He's got an online acting course that he offers up to show actors and actresses how to actually get work. And the whole premise is there are plenty of good actors and actresses, but they have to get work. And Jim is one of those guys who knows all the secrets. He's been in so many different shows.
It's kind of like news anchors, right? You have to get work.
Pretty much. Yeah. You got to get the work and the connections and make people remember who you are. So he's come. I put out today, Sook. He did a Walter White impression. He actually looks exactly
like Walter White,
sounds like Walter White, which I'll show you in a sec. But here's a little bit of Jim Meskimen, and then we'll bring him in on the other side. Take a look.
I don't do drugs. I do impressions. We carry all these voices in our heads, and we remember all these people, and they're familiar to us.
If you want to be a little less friendly, for example, a little more antagonistic, just act like Joe Pesci.
A is for Arnold. B is for Bond, James Bond. J is for Jack. What up, dog?
Call them dog, man.
What up?
Paul McCartney. Sir Paul, are you there?
Hello, Jim. And a very good day to you.
Good day to you, sir.
Ronnie?
Yeah.
Ronnie Reagan?
Yeah, Ronnie Reagan.
Well, he's right here with me as it happens. Hello there.
What? Mr. Reagan.
How do you think I feel, you hockey puck?
The thing that's important is not the lines. It's the character. When you're just starting off, it's good to find opportunities of any kind. If you have an audition for a DEA agent or a doctor or a lawyer, locate somebody like that and talk to them.
I hope I exceed your expectations. You know where to find me.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Jim.
Always in the hermetically sealed booth, Jim.
Always in the booth. That's the terms of my parole.
Look at you, man. You got the rubber room going, and it's voiceover central.
I don't know if it's a rubber room, Scotty. I mean,
well, that's a rubber room. That's the egg crate room right there.
It's an egg crate room. Yeah,
it's an egg crate room.
Yeah, I can get out though. I can get out if I really try.
Like the rubber room, you wouldn't be able to get out, Scotty.
Yeah, no, you can't get out of that kind of room.
Jim, good to see you, buddy. How you been?
Good to you, and good to meet you, Suki.
Nice to meet you, Jim.
Yeah, it's great, Jim, man. I've been watching so much of your stuff, and just you got so much going on, and the impressions are insane. Like I look at you, I see Robin Williams, I see De Niro, and they're all right in your face. But then I saw the Bryan Cranston.
Yeah,
I see Cranston.
Watch that. So let me just play this for you. And is this the one that went viral? By the way, I know you had one that went like 7 million viewers viral.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see.
Take a look.
Roll the tape. Let's find
rolling. Jim, roll the tape.
Now listen up, Jesse. I'm only going to say this once. Solvents enter molecules through something called osmosis in things as large as elephants and tiny as cockroaches. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Jesse. Have you got that?
Jim, it looks exactly like Bryan Cranston.
Well, full disclosure, that's a deep fake thing. That's a talented guy named Shamuk over in Great Britain who helped me with that one. So yeah, I did not grow a little beard. And he did, but we're similar, I think Brian and I are similar genetic.
Yeah, I love it. But the voice is you. The voice.
The voice is me. I don't rely on any kind of software or AI.
I love it. It's fantastic, man. Yeah. Just so good.
Big props to Bryan Cranston. Great actor, great career. Guy.
Fantastic. Yeah, he's going to be big in this business one day. I feel
one of these days. Keep plugging, I say, Brian.
Yeah. Keep plugging.
If that tequila business doesn't pan out, then the acting for sure.
Jim, I know you have one of your videos on TikTok is a viral video, and people are just loving what. Do you feel like this extra sense of busy now that you feel like you're constantly putting out content? Got to do it every day. Got to keep the content flowing, right?
Yes. I mean, it's like you with your show. I'm sure you know that every week you have to, or however often you do your podcast, you have to keep feeding the beast. And when you have, for better or for worse, you score with a viral video, as I did with the 5 best impressions thing on TikTok, which just floored me. Then you're like, oh, we got to keep it going. We got to do more. And now we'll do a part 2 and a part 3 and a part 80. And you have to somehow squeeze that in. But what happens is, of course, you do all this promotion. You're both aware of this. You do something that really strikes hard, and people pass it around. Then all of a sudden, you get more opportunities. So then, like, I got some work out of it. Not directly, but just by kind of in the zeitgeist. Yeah. And and now that means you have less time to create promotional videos to get work. So that's always the actor's hustle. And I talk about it, and thank you for mentioning my course, as I talk about this kind of boom bust thing that happens where an actor promotes and promotes and promotes, gets a job, and maybe they work for a week or so, and during that week they don't promote. They take their foot off the gas. Mm-hmm. But that has repercussions down the line, because you then, 2-3 weeks later, you're like, why is it so dead? Mm-hmm. It's dead because you took your foot off the gas,
Right. Yeah, you got to keep going.
Game. You got to keep going.
Before we get to the, some of the impressions, this online course for actors that you do, I was going through what is offered and you really take them through a step-by-step, situation on how to get the contacts, how to get the auditions, how to become a working actor. And just, not to give it away, because I know it's a paid course online, but what are some of the secrets to getting in there?
Well, I think the main takeaway that probably your listeners could easily digest is that you have to take it's a nasty word, I'm going to say. Okay, I'm going to say a dirty word, and that word is responsibility. You have to take responsibility. In other words, a lot of actors are misinformed or have I don't know, just kind of a weird idea about, well, who is really responsible for the career? They go, well, if I get an agent, the agent will be responsible for getting
that's the
the
biggest
work.
mistake. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you know this so well, and anyone who's dipped their hand into this well understands that. It's like, don't depend on the agent, don't depend on the manager. You'll be just sitting around your apartment, just twiddling your thumbs and watching.
We know that. Absolutely.
So if you take the viewpoint from the get-go that it is your responsibility, this is something I learned from my mom too. I mean, from watching her.
And by the way, tell everybody who your mother is.
Well, my mother is the very revered and beloved Marion Ross, who played, bang, right there with the picture. Nice work. There she is, looking adoringly at the late Erin Moran.
Yeah.
And that is my sweet mom, circa, it looks like 1979. And she just turned 94, and she's doing great. She sends her regards. And I learned a lot from her, from watching her as a kid growing up. I tell you, she was a single mom raising 2 kids. There she is, giving
Mrs. C. That's Mrs. C.
She
raised all of us.
She raised all of us too. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Jim, what was that? What was that like? I mean, obviously, did you ever you went to the set with her while she was on, and just Richie Cunningham, Ron Howard, and Henry Winkler, Tom Bosley. I mean, you must have known all these people, or you still know all these people, on a friendship basis.
Yeah, they're a species of family for sure. In fact, last night my wife and I went over to bring my mom some food, and she was already eating dinner with Don Most and Anson Williams, who brought their wives and came over to her house with a bunch of Chinese food. So we all had a nice Chinese dinner together.
That's wild.
Sweet. And when you think about it, it's like, wow. And Anson was very kind. Anson is running for the mayor of Ojai, by the way, this week. So
wow, both of those guys were on. They were both on the show.
Oh, okay.
Love to get them back. Yeah, we'll do that.
But Anson was remembering. He said, "I remember the first time I met you. You were like 13, and you were drawing away." And I was like, "Whoa, this guy's really an artist." Like, wow, you remember that? That's really nice. So we've known each other a good long time, and it is like, we embrace and we know a lot about each other's personal lives, and it's just a really supportive kind of sweet thing, and it's really nice for my mom to see them.
Gee whiz, the fact that they brought Chinese food and are sitting there having dinner with their their adopted mother, who's raised them probably on the set. I'm sure she felt this incredible responsibility, having all these young people around her, to sort of being her mother herself. To sort of help protect them. I mean, she was in the business, she knew the business, and I'm sure she felt a great responsibility.
Well, she leads by example. That's her style, which is a pretty potent thing to do, actually, because you don't preach to people, you just kind of show them. And I think setting a good example is something that I've observed is a very working, a successful kind of technique. And so I try to do the same thing. If you demonstrate to people what the right way to be is, the polite way to be, that's your brand, how you treat people and how you deliver. I think my mom, I noticed years and years ago that my mom, because she did a lot after Happy Days, she did some series, but she did a lot of guest spots. She did a lot of parts in movies.
Love Boat.
Yeah, that's right. Gavin McLeod's wife on Love Boat.
Yeah.
But she always, to me, elevates the show a little bit. She takes it and whatever, it's a silly part, whatever, like Love Boat, these dumb little day player parts, I guess you could say. But she takes them and she makes the most of them, and suddenly it's a little bit better. Then the whole show's a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful way to operate. And if you, again, taking responsibility, you sort of decide, I'm not gonna let this very small guest star spot just be. I'm not going to just phone it in. I'm gonna actually
own it. Yeah,
own it and do something really remarkable with it. And that's what she did.
What a lesson! What a life lesson that is, really, in anything you do.
Yeah.
Jim, you got. I read you're about to start playing Phil Donahue. In a,
I did it.
Oh, you did it in Welcome to Chippendales.
It's going to start airing on the 21st. It's a limited series about the origin of the Chippendales dancers. I do not portray a Chippendales dancer. In fact,
but you're Phil, right?
I'm Phil Donahue. Yeah, when they're introduced to the American audience, they come on the Donahue show. So.
I remember watching that on the Donahue show as a young girl, as a latchkey kid coming home in New York City.
Oh my goodness! I mean, listen, Sam Gurney, you're playing right, with Sean Penn and Julia Roberts and Gaslit. So I mean, you're with some heavy hitters in there. You've been in, Frost Nixon. Hey, I was pulling this up before. Look at you right in there. That's you in the third from the right, second from the left, I should say.
That's right. That's
right. It's you with the colored tie.
What a great movie.
Those two other gentlemen, it's Andy Milder and Gabe. Can't think of his name right now. We were all in Apollo 13 together, another Ron Howard film. Quite a lot of Apollo 13 alumni in Frost Nixon.
It's amazing. And look at you. You're in Vegas here.
Oh,
you're in the
Big
kids.
Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory kids. Yeah. Don't know how that marriage worked out. I don't know if they're still married. They're married in reruns now.
It's fantastic.
And I just worked on Young Sheldon. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Go back. I was a doctor, and anyway, so
listen. So you know what? If you're doing an online course on how to become a working actor, you are the guy to be teaching that course, and you're someone who should be listened to. All right, I got to get to the impressions. I got to get to the impressions.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, it's burning daylight here.
I love. You know what? Before we do that, you have a bit that you do. I think it's almost every day where you do this celebrity fortune cookie.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah. Suk, take a look at this. Watch this.
Bonjour. Welcome to Celebrity Fortune Cookie, where each and every day I pull a cookie out of the bowl, I spin the wheel, I do a celebrity, and we all walk away with no qualms, no injuries. All right, old favorite, Matthew McConaughey. So. First of all, let's just appreciate the fact that Matthew McConaughey, within my lifetime, has risen from complete obscurity to, sort of a beginning leading man up to Oscar-winning leading man. And now he's like this kind of personality who's sort of a mentor or sort of a modern-day homespun philosopher type guy. So.
So you close your eyes, right? It's McConaughey.
It's McConaughey for sure.
Eventually, I got to the fortune. It was an uncharacteristic long monologue there.
Well, listen, a lot of times I'll see you on Instagram or YouTube, and maybe I guess it's your wife in the background, and she'll just call out a name, and you just start, a couple quick lines from each person. Can we do that here today?
Sure. Great idea.
All right, so let's do this. Suk, are you ready to be amazed?
I'm ready to be amazed, Scotty.
Here you go. All right, Jim, give me a little, and again, whatever you say, whatever you want to do, give me a little G.W. Bush.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if you notificated, but there's a change in the weather. Bob Dylan said change in the weather is known to be extreme, but what's the use of changing horses in midstream?
I love it. How about Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart. Well, it's always a pleasure to suddenly pop into the Patrick Stewart universe because you get somehow more cheerful and enthusiastic about things. And at the same time, you have a tremendous leadership potential. Let's share some Romulan ale someday soon, shall we?
Oh, my God. I love it. All right. How about this one? Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, back when Morgan Freeman was working on the electric company, nobody knew what an iconic voice he would become. A narrator of such depth and unbelievable precision. And a penguin enthusiast as well.
Oh, my God. I love it. I love it. You know what? You got to just give me one. My friend Andy Dufresne crawled through a tunnel of crap and came out clean on the other side.
My friend.
Sounds good to me. My friend Andy Dufresne crawled through a tunnel of crap and emerged to freedom on the other side, where unfortunately he was handed alimony papers and had to pay up. But that's the way this universe is rigged.
Oh my God, Jim! If I was you, I'd be prank calling people left and right. How about all right? Give me because I know this is one of my favorite of yours is Robin Williams because you also look so much like him.
Well, I think we again like Bryan Cranston, we share that Celtic background. But Robin Williams, of course, was on the Hebrew side of the Celts. But, anyway, there's still a lot of good feeling between both tribes. One of the very, very lost tribes of the Holy Land that wound up down near Dublin.
Oh my God, that's great.
Well, it's great. You know, whenever I do this voice, and I do it for Disney a lot. In fact, I'm going to do it. I think next week. For the Blue Genie. I sort of took over the Blue Genie back when Robin was still alive. And whenever I do the voice, it's sort of an honor. It's sort of a, you know, I try to maintain as much of that spirit, that warmth, and what he represented at the time, which was creativity and thinking outside the box and being empathetic and all those things that, you know, I think we respect about the human spirit.
When he appeared as Mork on Happy Days, you probably I don't know if you
did you remember that?
But did when you obviously your mom had a chance to work with him? Did she?
Yeah.
What did she say about him? Because he was fairly new at the time.
Yeah, he was unknown to TV audiences.
Yeah,
and I do remember it very well. It had an electrifying effect. I felt like just, you know, fell in love with him like everybody did. I was probably 15 or 16 years old. So I remember talking about it the next day in high school with my pals and, you know, just kind of reliving the experience. And then I do think I came and saw him film another time. And it's all sort of a long time ago. And I'm not sure if it's my fantasy.
Who was his co-star? Mindy?
Pam Dauber.
Pam Dauber. I saw an interview with Pam Dauber where she was the lead, right? She was Mindy. And she said, no. When she saw Robin do his thing, they were like, oh no, a star is born right here, right there. Just what an incredible
yeah, he had this,
what an incredible loss, you know?
He had a terrible loss, but he had this, you know, what a lot of great superstars have is that they don't withhold any of their talent. You know, they are ready to deliver. And in his case, he was insistent on delivering. And so he won over everybody. And somewhere in my mom's house, there's a book that Robin gave her of some artwork. He you know, bought gifts for everybody on the Happy Days set, which is a nice thing to do. And somewhere in the house, there's a nice inscription. And I think he appreciated working with her a lot.
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember when we had Anson on, or it might've been Donnie Most. And I pulled up a picture of the crew with John Lennon, I guess, had come to that one day.
Yeah, John Lennon and Henry. I've seen that same picture. You're like, what was
that?
Which one of these guys doesn't belong in this picture?
How did this happen? Yeah,
wild. Jim, couple more. Chris Walken.
Christopher Walken is, you know, we talk about the weather. It's great to break out some of those old sweaters, especially in Southern California, where, frankly, so many of your warm weather pieces of apparel become food for moths. Not fair.
Oh my God, that is fantastic. I had little De Niro.
Well, a little De Niro goes a long way, let me tell you. So I'm going to be patient because, you know, it's for me, De Niro was all about patience. It's like, you know, all right, I'd rather be doing something else. To be honest.
And the last one I'll ask you is because he's got that crazy voice, Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. I got to creep in close to the mic on this one.
Oh wow!
I can't for real go down that low without some augmentation. But here's a guy that you know, when your mustache is as famous as you are, you're doing something right.
It's kind of like Colonel Sanders is similar. His mustache and beard, of course, precede him. Not by much, a centimeter or two.
But anyway, it's another fun personality to just jump into, and I've been doing that for KFC for about 6 years now.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, KFC. Oh my God, Jim, you're sensational.
You're genius, Jim.
Oh, you're very
my
kind.
God.
Very kind.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
And also, by the way, Hunters with Al Pacino. You're in as well, or you
one
did
of these
already?
days. One of these days, they're going to release it. We did it last year in season 2 of Hunters, I think. I can't say too much about it, but it was a really fun experience. I got to, I believe I can say no one has penalized me for saying that I did a German accent in this show, which for an actor is very pleasant. Say, will you perform in a German accent or an English accent? This is why we got in the business in the first place, to do funny voices.
Oh my God. Do you do Pacino? You have to.
I do, but I've been told that my Al Pacino sounds more like Cookie Monster. But in my defense, I think Cookie Monster sounds like Al.
Jesus Christ, I love it, man. I could keep you here all day, man. Listen,
Well,
Jim,
I'm not going anywhere.
No, where could people get you for that online course? Because I really want to push that.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's at jimworkingactor.com. Jimworkingactor.com is the best place to find it. You can also go to my website, jimmeskimen.com. And I'm on Instagram and, as you mentioned, TikTok. Love to see you on TikTok.
I love it, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy to find.
It's a good thing I don't live near you, because I'd be over every day.
Yeah,
Jim,
you would. He'd be in the bushes. You'd be like, Jesus, is that guy in my backyard still?
Jim, before you go, do you remember who was the first celebrity that you had down back in the day when you started doing this? Who was the first celebrity that you had down, Pat? You remember?
Well, I did it up since I was a little kid, but when you get paid to do it, it sort of has a little bit of an impact. And I think the first one I felt like, I think I got this one, is it was Burgess Meredith, because it's back in the 80s when I was starting, Burgess Meredith was still alive, and he was doing a lot of voiceover for industrials. And I realized that whenever you did Burgess Meredith, you could take your time. They elongated everything and enjoyed it.
It's amazing how you look like him while you're doing it.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
That's great. That is so great. Jim, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks a lot for the nice interview.
Love to have you again. Listen, you ever need to promote anything? We're all over the place with this show. So, you ever need to promote, we're always welcome to have you on. And listen, if your mom ever does shows like this, we would have a ball with her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if she likes to do any of this stuff, but if she ever wanted to come on, that's like our wheelhouse. Tuesday nights, 8:00 on ABC, man, I was there.
Wow.
She raised us all. Tell her that. At the very least, tell her that we all loved her.
If she would love to come, anytime she wants to do it, we'll come on and do a show with her. But we're just, we love the nostalgic era, and we loved that was, our childhood. So love to have her if she ever feels like reliving her career, and I'll bring up all the fun shots of her from when she was younger.
Nice. I'll pass that along.
Thank you again, my friend. Jim, congratulations. One more time on the website.
Oh, yeah. It's jimworkingactor.com.
Jimworkingactor.com. And if you want to get some great hints and tips, this is the guy to speak to. Jim Meskimen, thank you so much. You are ultra talented, my friend. Thank you so much.
Very kind. Thank you. Suki, great to meet you.
Bye, Jim. Thank you so much.
Get out of that box, would you?
Oh, hey, exit. Exit.
Suki, come on. How great was that? I
love what he said. I mean, I don't think it's just for working actors. It's like, something that you and I are learning, just responsibility for yourself and responsibility. No, and nobody else is going to take care of you like the way you're going to take care of yourself. I mean, that's something we teach our children.
Yep.
I mean, and that's the reality with your career and shaping it.
Whenever people text me younger, hey, any agents you can direct me to? I always say, listen, you can have an agent. If you do get an agent, just don't wait for them to do things for you. Anything they mention is a bonus.
Yeah.
You got to sell yourself. You're going to sell yourself better than anybody else. And you could probably reach the same people that they're trying to reach. So
exactly,
it's one of those things. But Suk, what a great show today. I got to tell you.
All right.
You know, when I'm entertained, you're entertained. Damn it. Listen, we got some things coming. Debbie Gibson coming up next week. Just make sure you get your Only in My Dreams. Get those songs ready. And ladies and gentlemen, Philly Kid not joining us today, but I leave you with a couple of great memories here from the Suki and Scott show. Sook, I'll speak to you later.
Bye, son.
Bye, everybody.
Love you.
See you later. Spidey, listen, man. I need a little illusion, magic, mentalism right now. You got to.
Scott is my favorite reactor to magic in the history of my career. Like, just like the way he reacts is so legendary. Like, I love it so much. Like, I will come on this show and I even ran out of material because, like, you know, I was on the show twice and I did some, like, I sat down and I thought of stuff to do just for you guys because I wanted to come back. So I'm going to show you guys one of the ways that we know what your card is. So to do this, you're not even going to believe me. It's crazy, but I will demonstrate. We grab a deck of cards, and on the box, right here in the bottom corner, this is going to sound crazy, but I will explain. We draw with a marker. It's going to sound crazy. We draw a little door. And I'll show you. A door. Yeah.
A door.
A door. Yeah. See a little door like this. You see the little door?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we draw that with a marker. I'll make some.
I know he's getting ready to freak us out.
Make it nice and parallel. And we put this face down like this. So you can't see the door. That's very important. You mustn't, as an audience, see the door. Then we grab the cards and we show you that they're all different. You guys can see that these are all different?
Yes.
Wonderful. And Phil, we're going to use you for this. Okay. I'm going to run down the cards and you just say the word stop when you like, and I'll show you the card you stop me at. It's okay if I see it as well.
Okay. Stop.
Right, is that exactly what you said?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to open it up right there. We're all going to take a look at the card. What is that? The King of Clubs. You guys see that?
Yes. King Clubs.
Wonderful.
Hey guys, the Suki and Scott show is coming right back. Don't move a muscle.
So here's what we do. We show you the card like this. We close our eyes so you don't think that we could see that. And of course we can't. I just saw it in the camera. Then we bring it back like this and we put the card at the bottom of the deck like that, really quick. So you think it's in the middle, but it's actually at the bottom. Now here's where it gets tricky. When we go put the cards in the box, we keep eye contact. That way you can't see that it's at the bottom. But essentially, when we put the cards inside the box, your card, the King of Clubs, I'll come close so you can see this. Your card, the King of Clubs, is sitting at the bottom of the deck. You guys follow so far?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just going to wait for it to focus a little here. There we go. It's perfect. Now that it's inside the box, we're holding the cards like this, right? So you think the cards are in the box. Here's the crazy thing. We open the little door subtly. You don't see this, but we open the little door and we see through the box, right? Because it's a door, right? The door it's like any other door, like a window. So we see through the box right to your card, the King of Clubs. If it was any other card, that's the one I would see. But this is all, of course, like this, so you don't know. And we see what your card is, and we're really good at acting. Then we kind of pretend like we're reading your mind and we know what your card is, and we say it's the King of Clubs. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's a stupid trick because if you take the box, you're going to see the little door. This is where it gets really crazy. When we're done the trick, with our thumb really quickly, we just wipe away
oh my God.
the little door like this. That way there's no traces of it left. There's no way to see through anything, and it's completely gone. And it's just a normal box.
That's so
That's amazing.
Wow. It's unbelievable.
You guys follow? I could totally see Scott trying this with a marker and a box. Like, where the hell is the door?
Scott's right.
Where's my cards?
Scott's doing it at the next party that we're having.
What's like the go-to cover tune that you like to play to get people going?
Well, this one is a bit of a guilty pleasure, but I think everyone secretly likes this song. So if you know it, please sing along with us. It's Backstreet Boys.
Oh, we love the boy. Yeah. Which one? Which one?
I Want It That Way.
Oh, forget it. Yeah. Light it up, bud. Light it up.
Okay. Yeah. You are my fire, the one desire, believe when I say that I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart, can't reach to your heart when you say
but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. 'Cause I want it that way.
Nice, nice. Hey, Scotty, next time, don't put yourself big screen when the guests are singing.
You know what? I was trying to get him. Hold on, Phil. Why wasn't that working? I wanted to do this. Wait a second. What?
Bonjour. Welcome to Celebrity Fortune Cookie, where each and every day I pull a cookie out of the bowl, I spin the wheel, I do a celebrity, and we all walk away with no qualms. No injuries. All right, old favorite, Matthew McConaughey. So, first of all, let's just appreciate the fact that Matthew McConaughey, within my lifetime, has risen from complete obscurity to, sort of a beginning leading man up to Oscar-winning leading man. And now he's like this kind of personality who's sort of a mentor or sort of a modern day homespun philosopher type.
Now listen up, Jesse. I'm only going to say this once. Solvents enter molecules through something called osmosis in things as large as elephants and tiny as cockroaches. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Jesse. Have you got that?
Where shall I go when I go where I go? Since you have sent me away. And what shall I do when I do what I do? When you just haunt me all day. Oh, tell me where can I find what I found when I first met you? You were unkind, but I simply can't forget you. Where shall I go when I go where I go?
Suki and Scott Show, we are feeling good today.
Multi-Emmy Award-winning co-hosts Sukanya Krishnan and Scott Stanford captivate viewers with their infectious personalities.
Everybody go hotel, motel. What you gonna do today?
Say what?
And unmatched chemistry.
An Irish accent.
Suki, this is a Belgian accent. Don't you know your Belgian accent?
I do not. My clock is ticking. It's not like ticking like tick. It's ticking like this.
It's like, woo, it's getting cold in here.
Suki and Scott are hanging out with celebrities.
That's the best intro for a show I maybe have ever seen.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
You guys are talented amongst your own selves.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
We'll be right back. Elite comedians.
Suki and Scott and Wayne.
Got a big heart, Scott.
And entertainers from all four corners of the world. Suki and Scott share moments that make you think.
I just ate 2 grapefruits and nothing sexual about what happened here, I gotta tell you.
Uplifting stories that inspire.
No matter how hard life gets or what you go through, you can always make it through.
And they'll make you smile.
Humpback.
Now more than ever, the world needs laughter.
You just slip out the back, Jack.
I don't know if it would be so fun to see your face at my door.
Suki and Scott are ready. Let's laugh together. The Suki and Scott Show.
Where happiness lives.
Do I give a thumbs up?
Go. And she speaks 17 different languages. You could have stopped at the son of China's richest man. And we're off, ladies and gentlemen.
Coco speaks Chinese. Get it?
I get it.